Okay, so today we're going to be making Mrs. Sauer's perfect pretzels. And here is my sidekick now, who's doing very well with cooking. Don't you guys all think? They do think, because they're giving wonderful comments, Jake. All right, so today, what do we got today, Jake?
I'm a facts teacher, just like a normal teacher, except much cooler.
Now, did you hear him? Because his back was turned towards you. Can you say
But
that?
there's a mic.
Can
right
you
there.
say that louder?
I'm a facts teacher, just like a normal teacher, except much cooler.
Now, what should I do because of that, children? All right, it seems like a little bit of an attitude. What a way to start our pretzel video. Okay, let's take a deep breath here. Yes, much cooler than those other teachers, but we're not going to tell those other teachers. Well, there's maybe one other really cool teacher, and that's going to be Mrs. DeSena, because she's the other facts teacher. All right, so let's get this going. This is a pretzel recipe I've never tried in school. Can you? Okay, I know, but you're making a tremendous amount of noise while I'm trying to speak. Okay, so we're going to have to redo the video, Jake, and we've done this probably 5 times already. Okay, so we had some issues. We had some mistakes. We had some mistakes because I made mistakes. He made mistakes. Louis, thankfully, is going to sleep through this and not gnaw at our curtains because our curtains have to be closed or else he is biting them. Okay, so we're going to hope we're going to get through this. Okay, so yeah, I don't know if we would be able to do this in school because it's an intense recipe, okay, because there's so many different steps to it. But I do believe you would be able to do this at home because they taste like absolute heaven, right, Jake?
Yep.
If they're done the proper way. Okay, so we know what we're going to measure out. Jake's going to be measuring the sugar and the salt, and he's going to be melting the butter, and I'm going to be doing the flour and the yeast, and we both may do the water. So you guys read a pretzel article already, so you already know about pretzels, all right? And hopefully you've answered the questions on there on the Teams page. Okay, and again, thank you all for your wonderful comments. Everybody wants a shout out, so shout out to Mrs. Sauer's 6th and 7th grade students. I can't mention all your names or else you'll be sitting in front of your computer for another hour or two me saying your names, okay? So this is a shout out to all of you. I do miss you guys all. All right, so the recipe kind of calls for 4 to 5 cups of flour, all right? I'm gonna measure 4 cups and then put another half cup on another piece of wax paper. And as always, we're gonna lightly spoon and measure off. I also wanna give a shout out to my sister who said something about my microphone. So she said, it doesn't even sound like your microphone's working because if I touch it, it doesn't make any sound. Well, my older sister was correct. And I actually looked at the directions today. So thank you, Stacy, for letting me know. I looked at the directions. I had a wrong attachment on. So hopefully you all can hear me a little bit better now. So I only did like, I don't know, 10 videos with a microphone that wasn't even working. So shout out to her because she's watching all of my videos too. Okay, so lightly spoon and level off. So hopefully Jake's measuring properly over there. So I'm gonna do this. So Jake, why don't you tell the class what you got today from your dad? Sent him something.
Junior Honor Society.
He got inducted into the National Junior Honor Society in Smithtown, which is wonderful. And he had to write a letter. And what did you have to have? Your grades have to be?
Over like a 3.75 every quarter.
Okay, since he's been in middle school. I thought I had another leveler, so I think it's over in the box that we can't get to right now. So did you measure on the same piece of wax paper? Can I just borrow? We're gonna have to get another. Can you go in that drawer and get another leveler?
That was in here.
No, it's not in there, remember? We changed the drawer. So we changed our drawers and our levelers. Well, you could, but you're in there now, so just get a leveler. Way over to the left. So I had everything in a box because we can't just leave things out anymore because little Louie likes to nosh on everything no matter what it is. Curtains, wires, my hands, my arms. He's ripped several pair of pants, right? So he likes to gnaw things, right, Louie? We're going to try not to talk to him because when he's sleeping, that's a good thing. Okay, so that's 1 cup of flour. So this is all-purpose, regular white, and it's already pre-sifted flour. How you doing over there? Because I'm hearing, oh my God, and whoops. Okay, so for me, oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. That's 2 cups. You're going to need a nice big large piece of wax paper. And then I'm going to actually take my container or my bag of flour. So hopefully you guys all like the pizza video. And some of you said you were going to try the pizza. I don't know if you tried the pizza. I know one student said that he made the pizza. What you can do, so you did, this is the what? Sugar. You did 1 big tablespoon of sugar, and then you did 1.5 of salt?
Half.
Okay, so I think it's 1.5 teaspoon of salt.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have to do the 1.
No, I know.
Okay.
What do I do for this?
So he's going to just, I already have 2 tablespoons of butter in the custard bowl, and he's going to put it on. He's going to close the door. Let's try for 30 seconds, and then we'll take it from there. So this is the first step. We're going to measure everything out, and then we have to put the yeast in the bowl and let that foam, and then we're going to come back and do the kneading. There's going to be a couple different parts, so that's a tablespoon though. So it's 1.5 teaspoons. So it looks like you did the half teaspoon, so then you're going to need the full teaspoon. So Jake, of course, once he got that letter today, he said V-Bucks. So I said nothing to that, and Dad said, what?
$50.
They can't see you.
I know.
So he's doing it to the side apparently, so you can't see him. So I have 3 cups, and then I'm going to go 1 more, and then I'm going to go a half cup. So I'm going 4.5, but I may not put that half cup in at the end. So it always depends on the temperature, the day outside, and the humidity on how much flour you're actually going to use in this recipe. So I did 4 full cups. Then I'm just going to take, why don't you see if the butter has been melted? And I don't know if he put the napkin. I usually put a napkin over the butter so it doesn't splatter all over the place. You took it off? Okay. So we have some melted butter. So what we're going to do is get them ready for the water. So the water should be between 105 and 115 degrees. So what Jake's going to do is he's going to let the water, a lot of you are not going to have a thermometer at home. So hold up 1 second, Jake, I'm going to tell them. I'm going to have him put the water on and put it on for about 30 seconds. It may take a minute though, but he's going to hold his finger until he can't hold it there anymore. Okay, because a lot of you don't have this, all right, that's what you want where you can't hold your finger there, because if it's too hot, it's going to kill your yeast and your dough won't rise. And if it's not hot enough, it also will not activate it, and it won't rise either. So he's going to put the water on. He's going to put it all the way on hot. He's going to let it run for about 30 seconds. It may have to run for a minute. Depends on how much hot water I've actually used today. And then he's going to measure 1.5 cups of water. Now, Jake, it looks like I have the wrong liquid measuring cup out, because I have to measure 1.5 cups. Can you hear me? So can you go in that cabinet? Nope, over 1. And I need the bigger. You don't have to keep your finger there now. Just run it. Oh, and it looks like it's in the dishwasher. So you're going to open up the dishwasher. Don't worry about putting your finger there. Open that up and get the liquid measuring cup. Rinse it out good, because all it had was water in it yesterday. We're going to close this. Okay, so this wasn't supposed to happen. I was supposed to have the 1.5 cups liquid measuring cup out, or the big liquid measuring cup. So you guys are doing wonderful on all your assignments. Like I said, I love all the comments that you're giving me. Some of you are coming back with some really great comments and making me feel really, really good. So Jake, what you're going to do is you're going to put your finger there so you can't keep it there. Is it that hot?
Yes.
Where you can't keep it there. And then you want 1.5 cups. So he's going to go over the 1 cup and go a half. I forgot what I was saying now. Yeah, I mean, some of you are saying, what an interesting way to present the lesson to us. That was on, I think, the yeast bread PowerPoint. How much, somebody said something about Jake and his haircut and how somebody's mom cut her hair. Okay, so I'm going to see if doing what he did, it's 105 to 115 degrees. So first I'm going to check that he did 1.5 cups, and he did. And then I'm going to use the thermometer and see if it actually is hot enough, because if I'm telling you to put your finger there and hold it there, I don't want you to kill your yeast, okay? And I also want it hot enough for it to actually activate. So it is rising and rising and rising. I did put my glasses on for this. And what you can do right now, so what we're going to be doing is using some rapid rise yeast. I'm going to have Jake just try, or Jake is going to, hopefully, without it spilling all over the place, just cut up the top portion and use a pair of scissors for that. So you're going to want it all on the bottom. And I'm going to look at my temperature. I did it on the corner, but that's fine.
Oh, you pointed there.
So it's my fault.
Okay, I'll do it again.
No, that's fine. No. You're good. That's good. Now just put it down. Okay, so my thermometer is reading 110. Okay, so we're between 105 and 115. So I think we're good. All right, so we're going to go with our first direction. We have our flour measured, we have our butter melted, we have our yeast open, our salt, our sugar, and our water. And it says, so if you have an electric mixer, you can use an electric mixer for this with a dough hook. Okay, it'll take you 5 to 7 minutes to knead. I don't have an electric mixer, so we're going to be using our hands. Many of you at home may not have that either. So we're going to be using a large metal bowl. I feel like a metal bowl works best for this, and I also believe that a large spoon just does the stirring better than a wooden spoon. So it says in a large bowl, we're going to stir together. In a large bowl, we're going to stir together the water. My mic is in the way. My sugar and my salt. Wait a second. In a large bowl, with a large spoon, stir together the water, the sugar, and the salt.
Water.
The water, the sugar, and the salt. Because I don't want to mess this up and redo this because it is a lot of work. So I'm going to stir it. And then it's going to tell me to sprinkle in my yeast on the top. So what I don't want to just sprinkle it all in one spot. All right, so I'm going to take, and watch it doesn't dump. I'm going to sprinkle it all over, but then I am not going to stir it, and I'm going to let it sit for 5 minutes. So all I'm doing is just putting it all on the top, and then we're going to set a timer for 5 minutes. So I don't know if I could really show you this. So I kind of sprinkled it all on the top, and after 5 minutes, it's going to become foamy. Okay, so this is really important to do. Okay, so Jake's going to turn off the video because I know you don't want to sit and watch us for 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, all right, and Jake's coming back in, but he didn't want to put an apron on for this right now. He's just going to kind of walk me through this and hold my hand as I do this to make sure that I don't make any mistakes. Not literally hold my hand, but make sure. You wouldn't want to hold your mother's hand.
No, like...
Okay, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see, okay, but it is foamy on top right now, and that's what you want, okay? That yeast is activating. So Jake, there's one very important thing that I didn't tell them. What is yeast? It's the what in here?
Leavening agent.
It's the leavening agent, okay? It's what's going to make and help these pretzels rise, all right? So then what it says is we're going to add our flour and then our melted butter. Okay, so Jake, can you add? So I'm adding just 4 cups of the flour.
All of it?
Yep, all the butter, because that's a mistake that I did once. And then I'm going to add all the, flour. I'm just going to stir that in. And then I'm going to add all my flour. 4 cups, remember, it calls for 4 to 5 cups. So I'm doing 4 cups. I have a half cup over here. I don't know if I'm even going to use that, right? Okay. So like I said, I like using a regular large metal spoon, and I do like using the metal bowl. It just seems to work better, right? So like I said earlier is if you have an electric mixer with a dough hook, you would use that to knead, okay? But I don't have that. You may not have that. So that means we're going to get some extra big muscles today, because then we're going to have to knead this dough for 10 minutes. So it's, 10. Make sure you time it. It's very, very important that you knead the dough for the 10 minutes that it recommends, okay? Because that's what's going to make these pretzels delicious, okay? Because I've made pretzel recipe. I actually have a pretzel recipe on my e-board. You could use it, but it's definitely not as good as this recipe, okay? It's one that I've used for years, but now that I've been home for so long, I've looked up a new recipe, and this is the 4th or 5th time preparing it, because the first time the audio totally went on it. I was saying something and it was totally off. Okay, so what Jake's gonna do is he's gonna help me here a little bit. Maybe not, because he has apple all over. So we already have some flour. So I'm gonna take the flour from the half cup, and I'm going to put it on my surface. So Jake, do you remember what the process of kneading is? What those words are?
Fold, push, turn.
Okay, so he has it in not the right order. So it's push, fold, turn.
That's close.
Okay, he was very, very close. I guess you could do it the other way.
Apple a day keeps the doctor away.
Apple a day keeps the doctor away.
I think.
So everything keeps the doctor away now. Okay, so so I don't want to take and start this because it's a little sticky. So I only use 4 cups, and then whatever extra flour I'm taking from the half. Okay, so he said for me to push, fold, and turn. So I'm just taking it all in my hands first. So somebody had asked with the pizza dough, there was a question, why should you flatten it first? Because it's going to make it easier to roll. But this is not pizza, these are pretzels. So I'm going to push with the heels of my hand, push, fold, turn. So it's nice to see that he's back there washing his hands. Push, so push, fold, turn. Push, fold, turn. So I'm going to do this. Hey Siri, set timer for 10 minutes.
Did I turn off camera?
I don't know.
I'm listening.
She said she's listening, but I have to turn my camera off for her to work now. Hey Siri, set timer for 10 minutes. I guess Siri can't set.
Okay,
Oh.
10 minutes and counting.
Look at that. Siri could do everything. But I guess if I didn't have Siri, I could ask, Alexa, set timer for 10 minutes.
It's kind of scared Louie.
Starting now.
Look at that.
By the way, you can ask me how much time is left at any time.
Oh, look at that. I could even ask Alexa how much time is left at any time. Siri, can you do that?
Yes.
I guess Siri can't. She can? Okay. All right, so I'm going to push, fold, turn, push, fold, turn.
Oh, wow,
push,
you're a tryhard.
push, fold, turn.
Do that again.
Okay, so I know. Push.
Try hard, try hard, try
So
hard.
like
try
this,
hard, try
and
hard.
then eventually I'm gonna have to take the sweatshirt off, okay? Probably in the next clip I'm gonna have the sweatshirt on, and I'm gonna have a very similar color on, and a very similar saying too. I wonder if this was set up, right? Kind of set things up. I think the only time I've been wearing earrings these days is when I'm doing a video. So students, I'm even putting earrings on for you. Maybe a little makeup too. There's not much I could do with my hair these days, so kind of dealing with that. The both of us are dealing with that. But okay, you want to turn the video off so they don't have to watch me for 10 minutes and watch my cord? All right, transition, Jake. We'll be back. Okay, I'm back, and sounds like oh no. Well, at least. it sounds like I'm huffing and puffing, it's because I've been kneading the dough for 10 minutes. Okay, so the dough is smooth and elastic, although, okay, but you just had your hands in Fritos and stuff. So, okay, so he was just eating some dips and chip or some Fritos and dip, so he wanted to touch the dough, and I'm not allowing it unless he washes his hand. And as you can see, I told you I was going to be wearing the same color and kind of the same saying. This one says cooking teacher, right? Yep. Same as a normal teacher, except much cooler. I hope you think so, children. Right, Jake? Because I could... Yeah.
Your ring got me.
Oh, my ring got you? So it's smooth.
Can I hold it?
You can hold it. Don't. Yeah.
Take
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. So
I want to eat it.
Okay. Well, you don't want to eat it raw. We want to eat it with like sugar and salt, and it's smooth and it's elastic. It feels so smooth. I always say it's smooth as a baby's butt. Okay, so what Jake's gonna do what Jake's gonna do is he's gonna take the pastry brush, and then I have some un momento por favor. I have the pastry brush with some vegetable oil. You really want to try to use vegetable oil and not olive oil, because olive oil is gonna give it a different flavor. So what this is gonna be used for is so it doesn't stick to the bowl as it's rising, and so it doesn't dry out the top of the dough. So he's gonna dip the pastry brush into the vegetable oil, and then he's going to get all around the glass bowl. Now you could use a metal bowl for this, or you could use a glass bowl for this too. So that doesn't make a difference. Even when you make the dough, you could use the metal or glass. I just like the metal one better, okay, when I do the mixing. Okay.
Okay, how's that?
Okay, that's good. He got all the bottom, and then he got the sides. And then I'm going to take my wonderful soft dough, and then I'm going to pop it in here. We're not done yet, because then I don't want the top of it to dry out. He's going to, not a lot, so just go over like that. And now he's going to brush the top of the dough and then just get around the sides too. That way it doesn't dry out. So this is going to go in a warm place for at least 1 hour, and it's probably going to double in bulk. Okay, it's going to come up way up to here. You're going to see all bubbles all over the place too. Okay, and what you want to make sure is when you're using a pastry brush like this is that the hairs don't come off of the pastry brush and then get on your dough. And if it does, get it off, because it looks like Jake had like the look like, oh no, pastry brush came off. Did it?
I see a little hair.
Where's the little hair?
Underneath there.
Okay, so he says that he sees a little hair.
Right there.
And there's a little hair there. Okay, so we're gonna, is it on my finger now?
No.
Okay. Oh, it's over there. Okay.
So
we're not gonna transition yet. Okay, so I'm gonna then use, you're gonna use some, I'm using press and seal. You can use, what do you call it? Saran wrap. And you're gonna make this nice and tight. Okay, I do one piece going both ways. Okay, and the website that I found this recipe on, the young lady said that she uses a microwave. So you're not putting the microwave on. I know that I'm not going to be using my microwave, hopefully, for the next hour. So we're going to put this, and then we're also going to just put a towel over it to keep the warmth in. Well, hold up. We're going to put this in our microwave because the microwave is enclosed, okay? Nobody's going to be opening it, so it's going to stay nice and warm in there, and it'll take about an hour for this to rise. And then the fun happens after that. We are going to shape them, boil them. That's an important step. It's called parboiling, getting the process of cooking, and will help with the browning at the end. And then we bake them in the oven. And the best part, Jake? Is eating and tasting them. Okay, so we're gonna stop the video. So this is probably where, hold up, where I'm going to stop the video, and this would probably be part 1 of the pretzels, but wait, I don't know. We're gonna see how long the video actually has been. Okay, all right, we will